Good afternoon, everyone. I, Kunika Khurana, welcome you all to day 2 of Ritika 2021 Convention of Media Students, organized by DME Media School, Delhi Metropolitan Education, Noida, a premier college affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University and approved by Bar Council of India. DMA Media School is one of the most promising media institutes in the country. It offers BA in journalism and mass communication. It is recognized as school focused on the growth of its faculty and students through academic and co-curricular activities. Major flagship events and initiatives of the school include BG Varghese Lecture Series, Peer-to-Peer FDP, International Film Festival SIFI, International Conference ICANN, and Ritika, Convention of Media Students. And newly added in the list is VIS, Vibrant India Series. The 3-day convention of media students is being conducted from October 11th to 13th, 2021, and on the theme United India, Unique Minds. Our hashtag is hashtag Youth for India. Our media partners for Vitika 2021 is Jai Hind Times. The event is powered by Spark, the student body of DME Media School. Spark, that is, students with positive attitude and resonating communication. Ritika 2021 is a convention of media students, aims to provide a platform to engage media students in thought-provoking discussions, debates, and discourse and enhance their confidence and personality through deliberation and develop consciousness among the media students for responsible and accountable professional conduct. Ritika 2021 includes 7 live competitions, 8 pre-submission events, and 3 workshops. Today, I welcome you all to 55 Fiction, and the theme for the competition is Celebrating the Differences. Our judges are Dr. Mani Padma and Mr. Hardeep Singh Bakul. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Susmita Bala, head DME Media School, to say her some words.
Thank you, Kunika. Thank you, everyone, and welcome everyone in this session of 55 Fiction.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Before we start today's session, I would like to introduce our judges. Dr. Mani Padma. Dr. Mani Padma is from Assam, now based in Delhi, and is a full-time doctor into hospital administration, part-time mother, and sometime Punner Plus writer. She started writing at the age of 4, starting with ABC, and now is a full-time writer of prescription hospital progress reports. Her stories and articles have appeared in online magazines and websites, Women's Era, and in a couple of anthologies. Her first solo venture is an anthology of short stories, that is, Unlikely Tales. She loves to be brief and has a compromised attention span, which is the reason she has never attempted a novel but hopes to do in the future if she finds a motivation someday. Moving on to our alumni judge, Mr. Hardeep Singh. He holds a master's degree from Makhalnal Chaturvedi University in Advertising and Public Relations. He has completed his graduation from Delhi Metropolitan Education. He has also qualified the UGC NET examination in first attempt in the subject Mass Communication and Journalism. His fields of specialization are event management, communication studies, and digital marketing. He has expertise and depth of learning on each of the subjects which he has taught. With his unique style of teaching, he has attended and presented papers at many seminars and conferences, both at international and national level. He has published many research papers and articles in national and international seminars and conferences both. Now, let me brief you about what 55 Fiction is. All good things come in a small package. Storytelling is an art and it becomes even more challenging when you have to confine it in a limited number of words. 55 Fiction is a popular format of fiction writing that is written in 55 words or less. We have received 19 entries for the 55 competition from the various colleges and universities of India. The entries will be judged on the basis of the originality of the context, grammar, language, and concept of the writing. Now, I would like to invite all the participants to come one by one to read out their stories and to tell us about their thoughts behind it. First of all, I would like to invite Ashita Behl.
Good afternoon, everyone. Alexa and Amisha are the two sisters. Both have quite different relationship with their mom. Alexa, who still lives at home and upholds family tradition. Amisha, on the other hand, appears to be typical figure. She is captivated with her newfound cultural identity. Irrespective of generation gap, they all support each other. In my fiction, what I showcase is basically generation gap. We may see that in families, if there is huge generation gap, there is lack of understanding. But in this family, despite of generation gap and differences in thinking, they live in very calmly and happily situation. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashita. Next up, we have Ananya Verma.
Great life. Amrita has believed that she Rajput, but soon she learns that she belongs to a reserve category, SC. One day her classmates learn the secret and starts bullying her for it. Soon she was able to get into the most prestigious universities of the state, but she always used to hide her identity. One day during her classes, she reads about her ancestor, which makes her really proud. She finally accepts herself and she doesn't hide her identity anymore. My story is about differences between the caste in Indian uh, casteism system. People always tend to disrespect or look down upon people who don't belong to the upper caste. Celebrating these differences, we should give them a chance to believe in themselves and to make themselves presentable enough. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ananya. Next up, we have Anisha Saram.
Good afternoon. The Pride Parade. She keeps taking deep breaths, nerves racking her brain as she takes in the crowd that has gathered all around her for the celebration. Everyone dressed head to toe in rainbow sparkles and vibrant colors. Finally, she walks forward with confidence and smiles genuinely for the first time in a long time. Since the theme of the competition was celebrating the differences, I thought what better way to celebrate differences than mention Pride Parade. It's a celebration of all genders, of all sexualities, and the story is about a woman who, for the first time, is attending a Pride Parade, and she's nervous at first, but slowly, as she sees everybody around her, she sees how they're dressed, she sees how happy and accepting they are of each other, of themselves. She finally feels content. She finally feels happy in a long time, after long.
Thank you so much, Anisha. Next up, we have Angana.
Okay, so colors of unity. As the dawn breaks in, the tranquil colors in the sky, kids drenched in the colors of Holi, makes us feel a sense of purpose and belonging. That morning, I had made up my mind to end years of prejudice. I stepped inside Khan Uncle's shop to smear him with yellow gulal and smile. So this is my take on India as an inclusive country where all the religions try to live in harmony. But given the current scenario, we are all seeing instances that prove otherwise. But we still have people who continue to respect each other's religion and live in peace and harmony. So yeah, this is my take on that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Arpita. But what makes you think I'm pretty? I have been wanting to be one of them. Look at the gratified smiles. I am hesitant. Rudrani was shy, unobtrusive, meek, yet busy. The life of trans women isn't easy. I love you. Regardless, you are beautiful. Let's go. Her boyfriend, Aman, said as they entered the college together. Okay, next up we have Charvi Khurana.
Sam, who belonged to a white conservative family, lived across a black kid of the same age, smiled at him. But Sam didn't smile back because Sam was always taught that blacks were filthy and bad. But one day, when they both were playing, black kid fell down and got hurt. Sam looked at him and he realized that they both used to bleed blood, both bleed red, and this was a story about the racism that is happening between black and white. The moment the white boy realized that black also bleed red as the whites, thus they realize that both are the same.
Thank you, Charvi. Next up, we have Drishya.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay, so sight to remember. I don't know what was more mesmerizing that day. India winning World Cup, or the four of these kids praying together for this to happen. One at the temple, one at the mosque, one at the church, and one at the Gurudwara. So I thought about a lot of things, and the only thing that connects the entire nation together is basically cricket. So this is my take on celebrating the differences that is coming together, basically different cultures coming together. That is for me celebrating the differences.
Thank you, Drishya. Next up, we have Siddesh Srivastava.
Dear best friend, I hope you're doing good. I'm writing this letter to say that no matter, even if we live miles apart, I will still love you. I remember fighting over what is better, Rajma Chawal or Uttapam, and biryani always won. I miss those fights and I miss you. Love, best friend. So I thought about two people who one resides in south and one in north, and maybe sometime in past, maybe in college. So one lives in south, one lives in north, and probably in college time they met, but now they live in their respective cities, and they write to each other, and this is one of the letters.
Thank you. Next up, we have Kirti Mathur.
No, I am not an orphan. Nature is my guardian, and I celebrate being in a lap just like you feel home around your family. Talking about my friends, well, they are not humans, they are dogs, cats, squirrels, pigeons, and crow. And my house, it is this peaceful and sublime banyan tree. So the explanation is, so through this piece of a short fictional story, I tried to cover a small difference seen in the upbringing and lives of orphan children. Practically, they don't have parents or family to be with, but nature is whom they can call home. That's the same reason we call nature our mother too. Nature is the best teacher, and orphans learn and grow in the lab, learning everything we learn from our parents. Thank you.
Thank you, Kirti. Next up, we have Kritika Maurya.
Good morning. My story is you and I standing on this wedding aisle, wearing tuxedo while holding your hands in my hand. I'm looking at the friends and family who are looking at both of us with eyes full of pride and giving blessing for our future full of happiness. Finally, here, my love, together. By the way, you look handsome today. This story is about accepting homosexuality in Indian society. It's it's also what we achieved till now, or what to come next. You know, homosexuality is legal in India now. They can live uh, with the dignity, but there is long way to go. My hope is in coming days this become normal thing. We are living homosexual marriages become a normal thing, not a categorized thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Lakshay Ahuja. Everything might not be same for everyone. Different makes us unique and beautiful. A day, I went to a library where everyone was supposed to be quiet. So I started singing. Then the owner handed me a book with the title on its cover, You Are Weird. So everyone is uniquely awesome. Next up, we have Mannat Chawla.
Good morning, everyone. So here's my fiction about two best friends. Bilal and Ram were best friends. One day, a new government policy came, which was against Muslims. Their neighbors tried to provoke them. Every time people end their conversation with the word, just kidding. Intentionally or unintentionally, their bond reached to an end. Neither government nor society is gonna love you the way your friends do. So, as the topic is celebrating the differences, I believe we are better together with differences as opposite attracts. Thank you.
Thank you, Mannat. Next up, we have Parthona with us.
Yeah. Uh, My story is Wolf Hunter. My grandmother always warned me about the pack of wolves that lives down our land. I never believed until one day I was chased by the pack. Long nails, beastly eyes. One gripped me, one tore my clothes, and just then the wolf hunter punched them down. Grandma never knew about the wolf hunter, I suppose. Actually, my story is about, you know, have symbolized the wolf as as the people who are indulged in sexual harassment, and we know that today we have evolved as people or as a society. So I have compared this to societies like the society which were previously there, where sexual harassment and where people don't much speak or fight against sexual harassment the way they are now.
Next up, we have Priya Mishra.
It was a colorful morning of Holi. Aslam had a slight complaint that why he could not flaunt colors. His parents told that if they don't celebrate Eid, then we would not celebrate Holi too. Aslam sneaked out and praised the sweetness of Gujia. After that, Aslam and his friends celebrated Eid with Savaya every year. Here, in my story is about different religions and how we discriminating each other. But it is important to understand that there is no difference between Gujia or Sevai or any other sweet. All the celebrations are meant for happiness only. So let's celebrate the differences. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have R. Nidhar Shana.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please read out your story.
Colors. As we tucked our stomachs in and painted our bodies, a stout, colorless girl came to town. With her colorful minds, she preserved beauty in everything. She said that the only canvases devoid of colors were our minds. So we painted our conventional minds and embraced the varied sizes of our bodies. We created magic. As everyone pointed out, the theme was celebrating differences. So I created a fictional world wherein there's a town where everybody's just painting their bodies and they're very particular about the way they look. But there's this one girl who comes in who's just painted her minds with colors, and she preserves beauty in everything that she sees. And everybody else wants to do that. So they preserve beauty in everything that they see after painting their minds. So I encompassed both mind and body so that everything will be applicable, be it secularism, gender, positivity, body positivity, everything will be applicable if we come out of our conventional minds and if we decide to make a difference. So that was the thought process behind the story. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Sri Mui. Maya wanted to know why no one was similar to her. Her mother took Maya to see two gardens. The flowers were all same in the first and the different in the second. Her mother told her that if we were all the same, the world would be boring. Difference was what made life more colorful. We also have a short message. Srimu has sent a short message on the behalf of what she has written. So when I think about difference, I think about the time my classmate had said that difference between friends means that they shouldn't be friends, which I didn't find truth in. So I used this story to illustrate that if we were all the same, the world would be boring and without colors. It is our differences that makes us want to know more about each other. That was all for Srimoy. Next up, we have Sufia Mirza.
Idiosyncratic. In a different world, colorful and unique butterflies used to live. But in the very beginning, they used to fight a lot and get jealous about each other and how beautiful the other butterfly look and feel insecure about themselves. With time, they realize that each one of them are unique in their own ways and lived happily ever after. My story is about accepting your uniqueness and individuality and accept that each one of us is unique in their own ways. Thank you.
Thank you. Sophia, next up we have Vishali.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please read out your story.
How beautiful it is when two souls meet and share a bond that is so pure and shimmering that it cannot explain in words. Color of a person doesn't matter, age, status, and also gender. When you are in love, you live, and for that, hashtag gender doesn't matter. Let's celebrate the difference of love Let's celebrate LGBTQI. I wrote this fiction because there is a saying that everything is fair in love, war, and game. So why to judge someone's love on basis of their gender? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vaishali. Next up, we have Vanshika.
Hello, good afternoon. Am I audible? Celebrating the differences. They're so pretty it hurts. I'm not talking about dudes and I'm talking about girls. Anna was singing with her headphones on. Because I don't know what to do and I don't get to choose whom I love, she says. Andrew smiled looking down because he understood what she was saying. So through this story, my thought process was, we're in 2021, LGBTQ community has certainly come a long way for like after decriminalizing the same-sex relationship in 2018 under section 377. So through my story here, Anna is singing a song as loud as she can to tell the world that this is who she is. And even though it's 2021, it's difficult for one to gather up the courage to tell their parents and friends to come out that they're gay or lesbian or queer or any gender that they identify themselves. So this is something that it's not a phase for her. It is not coming of age for her. This is something that will never change. So in the next line where she says, and I don't know what to do, and I don't get to choose whom I love. So here she loves the person irrespective of their gender, and she loves them for them as who they are as a person. So, and the last line where Andrew smiled looking down because he understood what she was saying is he accepted her as who she is. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So that was all. Thank you all the participants for your amazing stories and amazing viewpoint of yours. Now I would like to request our judges to comment on the entries. Now, first of all, I would like to invite Dr. Mani Padma ma'am.
I'd like to thank the organizers, the team. You people are amazing. I was going through it, and the way you professionally managed it, it was lovely. It was a experience of another kind. To the participants, I don't know. I mean, it's one of the most difficult moment of being a judge is how do you grade the participants? Everyone has something unique. Like you people are different. Like the theme says, that it is different, but actually there's something unique in every entry. Actually, I just want to say that I mean, regarding 55 fiction, it started in the 1980s. So when we started blogging, and it was very much in 2000, early 2000, it had just picked up. The internet made it easier to kind of connect to the e-zines, and writing became a much easier experience. At the time it picked up, and the brevity and the beauty of it, you can express so much within just 55 words, was something very new and exciting. And as for me, being a physician, it was a perfect setting. You have we are so used to writing prescriptions in short 5 or 6 lines. We have characters, we have a setting, we have a conflict, and we have a conclusion. So it came naturally to us, medicos. So coming back to the contest, it was I went through all the 19 entries, and it was and all of you were very much. I mean, the topic, the theme itself was beautiful, and the presentation, the topics were so relevant to our current times, and this can be perfect messages for the nation. And it has the punch. I mean, the packed punch that is needed to drive home a message. It was evident in every of the entries. So I'd like to first congratulate all of the participants that you are unique. Being different also, you're unique, and there was something special in every one of the entries. And thank you, and once again to the team, to the organizers. I am really honored to be a part of this event, and I congratulate you, and also my best wishes for every interviewer of yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Next, I would like to bring up Mr. Hardeep Singh.
Yes. First of all, I would like to congratulate every participant and they did a very good job. For me, everyone is a winner, but since it's a competition and we need to find out some points, there has to be someone who's coming first, second, and third. So majority of the participants took this topic of LGBT, and somewhere down the line, it, like the uniqueness was missing because everyone took the similar topic. So for me, there were three stories that stand out. The one with I guess Drishya, the concept of uh, uniting the cricket and showing the difference. The first one. The second one was with the theme of colors. The colors one was very interesting, and the last one was something related to the butterflies or the different sort of colors that a butterfly has. I don't remember the name of the participant. Rest of the stories were also very good, but in a competition, we need to think out the box, and the content was good. Everyone did their best, and yeah, that's it from my side. And plus, wonderfully organized, 19 entries, participants came quickly, everything was organized. This is something that DME always do really well. And as an alumni, I feel very proud that to be a part of this event and judging this 55 words competition. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. With this, we come to the conclusion session. The results will be announced in the valedictory session of Ritika 2021, which will be held on 13th October at 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Now, I would like to request Dr. Teenam Bora, Faculty Coordinator, to say the vote of thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Pulita. Well, I believe 55 Fiction is one of those competitions in Britika where we got the highest amounts of entries. So, and I'm really glad that so many people wrote so many beautiful stories. And 55 Fiction is something that is very close to my heart. In fact, I'd like to mention here that it was from Dr. Mani Padma here, where I had first learned about 55 Fiction and had started writing myself. So thank you, everyone. I would like to put on record my immense gratitude to the management of DME. Without the support of Mr. Raman Sahni, Vice Chairman DME, Honorable Justice Bhavar Singh, Director General DME, and Dr. Ravikant Swami, Director DME, we would not have been able to come this far. I'm thankful to Dr. Amrish Saxena, Dean DME Media School, and Dr. Susmita Bala, Head DME Media School, for their constant guidance and encouragement at every step. And I must particularly thank our judges for this competition, Dr. Mani Padma and Mr. Hardeep Singh, for taking time out of their busy schedules to join our session. I would also like to thank the student coordinators of 55 Fiction competition, Kunika Khurana, Lakshya Bisht, and Harshita, and Muskan, Souvik, Rahul, Medha, and Visha for their technical support. I would also like to thank all the faculty conveners of Ritika, Dr. Manasvi Maheshwari, Dr. Krishna Pandey, Ms. Shruti B.S., Ms. Mudita Raj, for their support and ensuring the smooth execution of the session. And I would also like to thank all my dear colleagues of DME Media School for their help. And lastly, thank you all the participants without whom this entire session of 55 Fiction would not have been possible. So stay tuned, and we are going to start with our next competition group discussion right after this.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you everyone for joining us today.